Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
Today we're taking a look at two different abstract games which look really different. We have Tuned, which is sort of based on the musicians of Bremen, and then we have Wana, which is based on, well, nothing really. This is the game you see there in the cover.
There it is, bam.
And I wondered if this was a game that already exists, so I checked all these little games behind you, and it's not any of them.
It's not one of those, so okay. As far as we know, it's a new thing.
But they both, so these look pretty different, but I thought we'd talk about them in the same video because I have similar feelings on them both. This one's about getting 3 in a row, and this one's about trapping your opponent's marble. But they're both really short. Mm-hmm. We're talking 10 minutes or less. This one says 5 minutes on it, which is probably true in many ways. And this one, I don't know the time on it because they wanted to make it look like a cool book so that when you put it on your shelf this way, you can't figure out what game it is.
That's great.
But anyway, let me show you how they both play, and we'll be right back. So we're first going to take a look at Wana. All the rules are written on the back of the box, by the way. So in this game, you're trying to trap one of your opponent's marbles by surrounding it with, well, any marbles at all. On your turn, you take a marble and you can move it as far as you want in a line, and they will wrap around the board. So for example, this white marble here can move to this spot, to this spot, to this one, to this one, to this one, this one, or this one. This one here can move to this spot, this spot, this spot, or this spot because they circle around. So a real quick game of this might be, I move there, the green one moves there, this white one moves here, this green one moves there, this white one moves there, the green one moves there, this white one moves here, this green one moves here, the white moves here, green moves here, and then white moves here, winning the game because this green marble is now trapped. Now, hopefully the game might last longer than that, but that's how you play. In Tuned, each player is going to get 2 of each of these animals here. 2 of the donkeys, 2 dogs, and 2 cats. You also have a rooster, which will start here in this middle spot. Now, you'll notice there's a sticker in this one, but I really hated the way it looks, so I didn't put any more in. That's just to let you know, only a dog can go in there, which also seems, well, pretty obvious. On your turn, you move the rooster to one of the 2 action spaces it's not on. Then it lets you put out an animal or move an animal. So you can see that pretty obviously you're going to be, the first you have to place an animal, then after that you can pick which one you want to do. You're just alternating each turn. When you have all your animals on the board, you lose the rooster, and from then on you always move. So when you place, you simply can place anywhere you want, and you can do any animal. The rules are you can put anyone anywhere. The only exception is if you put out a dog on top of an animal, it has to be on top of a donkey, and a cat has to be on top of that. When you move, you can move a stack, you can move just one animal, or you can move the whole thing like that. So a quick game of this. Let me show you how that would work. So this person decides to put out this person. They decide to put out a dog here. They decide to put out a dog. No, they don't want to put out a dog anywhere. They're going to put a cat out here. This person decides that they're going to place a cat also right here. Now this person is going to move this cat to on top of that dog. Then this person here decides to place one of these guys here. This person decides to place a dog on top like this. This person decides to move the cat to here. And then this person decides to place another dog here, having 3 dogs in a row, and they win the game. And that's all the game is. You get 3 in a row. Doesn't matter how they are, you win. The reason I said that they feel the same way, I think, is because they're so fast, but they both have this same concept of, I didn't see that, so you win.
Gotcha is what I call it.
Gotcha? Okay.
Yeah, like, gotcha. You missed a thing on the board. That's how you lost, and that's how I won. And that's fine. That's in a lot of, that's, to be fair, there's a lot of, abstract games in which you will miss something. It's part of gaming in general. You missed something. But it seems like, yeah, that's the only thing in these.
Yeah, so let's use a common example, Connect 4. So in Connect 4, you get 3 in a row, and if I get the 4th one there, I win. So once you play the game more than a couple times, you'll never get caught by the gotcha.
No.
You'll never go, oh, there's 2 checkers here, 1 checker here. I did not know that that's also 3. Okay, that will happen to you a couple times.
Sure.
After a while, the only way you lose in Connect 4 is you're like, ooh, I need to block that 3 in a row, but you also got 3 in a row here. Boom, I'm dead. It's also the only way to win tic-tac-toe.
Yes, correct.
I tried in Wana in particular, and actually both games, I was saying check to Z.
Yeah, we were playing. And to be fair, he said check a lot. I was terrible at these. Just didn't see it.
Right, but I would say that so that I didn't want to win by that way. I'm not convinced you can win any other way.
I think Wana suffers from it more than Tuned. I think it's possible in Tuned to get to that point where I can do 2 things. Like it's slightly more likely, I think, in this one. In this one, I didn't see it. It's always like, oh, right, the board wraps, and I'm an idiot. Like, I didn't see it, you know. That's almost every it seems like that's the way to win here is, oh, I missed that. So yeah, the check thing just made for a game that we could sort of bounce back and forth if you really played that way. It was not 5 minutes in that case.
So they both have a different look to them. Wana has the old classic, this is an abstract game. This one, well, this company always always overdoes their things.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure I like that as much with this one because the game is so short that it feels like that's a lot of effort. This is not a coffee table game, really.
Right.
But I'm not a big fan of either game because I like my abstract games to be short.
Yes, me too.
But not this short. This feels like you're like, it's over.
Yeah.
Especially this one. This one, I actually like this one less than Wana.
Do you?
I'm very similar to both, right?
Okay.
I think Wana has some problems, but Wana's also not pretending to be something. This one is like, hey, move your chicken to 1 of 2 actions. I'm like, why is this rule even in the game? It adds a whole extra level of complexity for something that's not complex at all. There's probably someone who's like, oh, if you just keep moving, you'll force your opponent to put their pieces on. Or I don't know. There's probably some reason for it.
Right.
It just feels clunky the way they did it. And then the overproduction feels almost... It almost feels like, come on, dude, this game does not deserve this production. I don't know how to explain it.
There's something pretentious about it. Yeah, you put it out and you go, wow, that's a nice production. Oh, that's the game? Why is the production what it is? Like, it almost seems like, why are you trying to fool me a little bit?
Yeah,
this one, you know what you're getting. I mean, again, you know what you're getting from the look. You don't expect it to be like, a 5-minute game in which you just mess up and you lose. So, again, they both do it, but this one certainly does that.
But this one also does the bad thing where the rules are in the back of the box, which is fine, except then they don't go over all the rules. For example, can you go back and forth on the turns? What happens if that happens?
Yeah.
And it happens... It can easily happen.
It's easy. It's easy to do.
Is that a draw? Is it what? They should have mentioned that.
Yeah, agreed.
For me, again, anytime an abstract game comes in, we're like, let's play it.
Yes.
Because we like trying these things out, and I'm looking for new, interesting ideas. I just don't think either of these is that. So for me, I would give Wana a 6. It's okay, I play it, but you got to get into that. The first person who goes, loses. And this one's a 5, unfortunately. I felt like this one... It's over before it's interesting, and I'm not sure it ever will get interesting.
Sure. I'm giving this one a 5. I'm giving Tuned also a 5. Again, the production, I sort of flip back and forth in my mind. I'm of 2 minds about it. It's gorgeous. It's very pretty. It's a lovely production. Why did you put all this production into this game? Couldn't you put these awesome plastic things into a better game? Ugh. But Wana, I'm giving a 4. I just found it to be incredibly boring, absolutely nothing new to the genre. This feels like the free game you play at a restaurant before you get food.
I was just talking about these classic games from around the world. It's little peg series.
Yeah.
These both could be one of these.
100%.
For sure.
Yes.
And it feels like they should have been. And that's our biggest grievance, I think, really.
I think so, yeah. I think so. This looks bigger. Both of them. Especially Tuned. But the reason I gave it a 5 and this a 4 is because I do think Tuned is a better game. But you're shooting yourself in the foot by not having done this in a box like this or like those little ones.
Yeah.
It's too much. How much is this? Good night. I don't need it to look like this. So, yeah, neither one for me is a recommend, certainly.
Well, there you go. That's Tuned and Wana. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
Have fun playing better abstract games.
There you go.